Hello, everyone. Good morning. Happy Saturday. This is Saturday when I'm filming this video. I am ready to turn on the camera. I've been working in this field and forest journal. I have the journal ready. I'm just doing some pre kinds of work in it, just getting a little bit of a head start. And I wanted to tell you about the details for this collab that I'm doing. It's called Field and Forest 5-Day Collab, I think. The name might change. I haven't heard yet, but that's the name of the kits on Etsy anyway. So that's kind of what I'm calling my book. So Field and Forest 5-Day Collab, and it's with Dear Julie here on YouTube and Kara Brandon's Creations here on YouTube. And they both have Etsy shops and do digitals for journals. And they are combining, that's the reason for the word collab, they are combining digitals in this kind of a challenge. There is a challenge that goes along with this collab. They have invited about 15 of us to do like a guest design team put together for this collab, and we were assigned to combine these digitals in projects over 5 days. So there are 5 digitals from each, Kara and Julie, and we're taking day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, and day 5 over the next several weeks, 5 weeks, starting on September 21st, and then making projects. So I kind of explained this before, but this is the hashtag JNC Fall 22. And so that's where everybody who's working on this is going to post their stuff under that hashtag. So check that out occasionally over the next several weeks, and you'll be able to see some fun things. So I'm going to show you this journal, what I have ready. So this is, you saw me make the cover already. So I have the signature sewn in. It's 8 3/4 inches by 6 inches. It has this 1/2 inch rounded spine, and I have just made one signature with 84 pages. So I have 21 pages or papers, 21 papers put together, which makes 84 pages in this journal. And I am doing a little bit of prep work, trying to get some things ready before I start making the elements. And I'm doing this splattering, okay, on the pages. And not all of the pages, but some of the pages. And I have finished the whole book except for this last page, or the front page actually. And I wanted to turn on the camera and show you how I've done this splattering. And then I'm going to clean that up, and we're going to do some napkin decoupage today. So I have this is my splatter brush, and I have thinned this acrylic paint a little bit. This is my palette. I see green and brown with gold in this in these digitals, and so that's kind of my palette. And so what I do, so you know how much I like to create depth in the page. So whatever else later, that we're going to come along and put on some pockets and tucks and maybe do some stamping and other things. But you know how much I love depth, and that just is something in me that I need to do. And so I have done this splattering on the pages so that when I come back and add things, these pages will be already have some background depth. So I'm just going to take the paint one color at a time, and this is random. It's random again, so I just have to be happy with however it comes out. And I'm just going to make some splatters. And I've done this on all of the shorts and the facing pages for the shorts. So we'll start with the brown, and we'll dry that. And when you do thin acrylic paint, then it dries pretty fast. So then you can add the other things. But this was a tedious process, which is why I did the rest of the book before, so that I could then clean up the paint and move on and be done. You definitely don't want to watch me, do this with everything, because now I need to, kind of get rid of the brown on the brush, and then we'll do some green. And the paint has kind of started to dry, so I may need to wet that a little bit more, because you want to get a good splatter, you want the paint to be very fluid. So then we'll just put a little bit of green as well and give that a quick dry. So why splatters, you ask? Well, it's because, in the fall, in autumn, we often get rain, and I know you get rain throughout the rest of the country in the autumn. We used to live in Ohio, and yeah, a lot of rain in the fall in Ohio. And so, now let me take the green off of that. So, when it rains, what do you get is splatters on things. So, splashes and splatters. So, we'll just put a little bit of gold now. I just kind of have run out of paint, but have just enough to kind of finish this up. And actually, I really want just a little bit more gold on this book page here. So let me get a bigger. Sometimes, I want a bigger drop, and I can't. There we go. It's not going to cooperate. Oh, there's a nice like splash of yellow. So I do want to dry it, because then when I fold the page down, I don't want that to smear. So then the other thing that I have done on the other pages is some stenciling. And in fact, almost every page is stenciled. Not the design pages, but most of the blank pages have this little bit of stenciling on them. So I'll do that, and then we can do that right here, and then we can clean up and move on. All right, I think that's done. Okay, so let me take my stencil. I am using this Tim Holtz. I don't know what it's called, but it's this Flourish, and it's one of my favorite stencils for this kind of thing. Let me move that paint over so that I don't get it on the corner. I want you to see what I'm doing. So I'm just going to put the stencil down and just to do a little bit of, there, just a little bit there, and let's put a little bit over here on this page. So now, see, I'm going to come along later. I think I'm going to put a pocket right here. And So you ask, well, why do you do the splatter if you're just going to cover it up with a pocket? And it's because I know it's there, and it adds depth to this page that you can't get once you try to come back and do it after the pocket. So with collage, with this kind of the decorating that we do with junk journaling, you just have to be willing, you know, to cover up something maybe that is pretty with something else that is pretty, and just be happy, you know, about that. All right, let's get some baby wipe here. I think that's probably, I'll have to come along and scrape that up, but let me clean up this paint. And then we'll have just another little bit of fun before I turn the camera off and work off camera. So my day one is going to appear on Wednesday, September 21st, and then there will be on that same day at the same time, it's going to mine is going to appear at 11:30 in my time. So it's 10:30 Pacific time, I know, and would be 12:30 Central time and 1:30 Eastern time, I guess. So we're all going to premiere. Well, it's not a premiere. Mine isn't. Just it's going to appear at the same time. And then everyone else will be linked in my box, and you just go to the top video, and there will be a hop from person to person all down the list, and you can just see what everybody's doing. It's going to be a lot of fun. So let me just quickly page through this journal so you can see what we're starting with, and then I'm going to add a couple of things to start decorating it, and you can do that with me today. So here's the first page, and we're going to get my glue, and you remember that I made this pretty paper ruffle, and I made that to go right here on the front. So I'm going to cut this right about here. And then I still have some left. We can do some little snippets if we want. But I'm going to put this down and put some glue on here. Now, if I put it fairly close to the edge, then maybe it can act as a little tuck as well. So I probably will just only glue down the edge at first in case I want it to be kind of a tuck. And I think I want the fabric going toward the outside. So I do want it to hang over just a little bit because I have some other ruffles going on. So I think I want that to move over just a little. Okay. So that looks good. I like that. And I want to put this. This is you can tell it's a used pocket. I'm not sure what came in it, but it's got this fold at the top. And I think I'm going to use that right here, but I don't want it to be white. Obviously, this is a vintage journal, so I'm going to alter that. And then, oh my gosh, I got some paint on this. I'm going to have to cover that up. I have this envelope made, so that we can do a pocket, a double pocket, an envelope here and a pocket behind. So let's do that. Because this is already wrinkled, how I'm going to handle that is to just kind of wrinkle it a little further. Not really a lot, but just some. And then I'm going to take my distress ink and hit the top of that like this. And then I'll take the applicator, and you can see that I'm kind of trying to get, I don't like that line that's so stark right along there. So I try to kind of get in underneath it. And I need to put this down and try to do the edge there. And then I'm going to come along and distress. I'm going to get my stencil that I had a minute ago and put some stenciling on it. Good. All right, now I can take my spray bottle and squirt that. Give it a chance to kind of start to work. And then let's give that a quick dry. Those napkins, and I guess I just used them all. Okay, I think that's pretty good. All right, now, so this is going to go over here. It's going to cover up the closure, whether it's, you know, a button and beads or the jeans button. Anyway, that's going to be here. Okay, so now I think we certainly need some green and a little bit more gold. So let me get my green. This is Rustic Wilderness, and I think I will put the flourish here on here. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, that's good. And let me just spray that too, because I want it to be the same. So what happens when you spray the distress is it gets these little water, it's like water damage, and yeah, I really like that. So okay, that looks good. So now I want to do some napkin decoupage, and I have these pretty napkins. I am particularly interested in this leaf right there. Some of this is too bright. I mean, maybe I will be able to use it all, but I definitely want that leaf. And then I have this one, which is also very autumny and pretty. I actually have, when I got into my napkins, I have a bunch of napkins. So I have made little napkin bundles, and they're listed right now in my Etsy. So you might go take a look if you want napkins. I think what I want is this. I want this one for this little bag. And I will come around that butterfly just in case we can use that. This one has, this little bundle has autumn birds. There's all kinds of birds in the bundle of napkins that I have. One of the bundles, and then the other one is a different set. But okay, so there's that leaf, and then that butterfly. I don't know. Let's at least, I'm going to take it down in size a little bit. I may layer this other part on in a minute, but I think I'm going to I think I'm going to do it this way. Maybe even take it off. Here's a little butterfly down here too. Yeah, I think we'll put it about right there. Okay, and this is the way I do what I call a dry napkin decoupage. I just use a glue stick, and this is my little pasting book. So I just take the glue stick. I just use this Elmer's Craft Bond Extra Strength, and I figure out where I need to put the glue, and then this is just kind of the way I do it. This is going to come from here, over here, down there. So then I just put glue on where I need to, and if it comes off, then that's okay. I've not ever had any trouble with the glue sticking, but then I do live in a dry climate, and there's no way for me to test how that works in, say, Florida. So if you have purchased one of my books and live in a humid climate, you might just let me know if the pages stick together. But once the glue is dry, I think it's okay. Unless it gets wet again, then it could possibly stick. But that's just the way I do this. And then I either trim it off or, turn it around to the back. If I can bring it around to the back, if I'm going to glue this down, which I am, then I will kind of leave that around because I think it makes a nice edge. Okay, so there's that, and let me just get that dry quickly. I like that. I really do. It's kind of simple. I could maybe put some washi tape, but I'm going to leave it for now. I will probably, dress this up a little bit more, but I'm going to leave it until I start working with the kits, because there may be something in the kit that I want to bring and add to this. So I'm just going to do that for now. And so there's that one. So you can do napkin decoupage on an element like this that then gets added to the page somewhere. I like that. I think that looks good. And then I want to show you this. Let me just page through this so that you can kind of see what we're working with. So I've done this splatter on, I have to put this on there because this is the digital for day 5. This is Kara's digital, and I don't want to do anything by accident until I get to day 5. So, but I've used the splatter on each of the shorts that are in the book. So here's a short. Here's some splatter on this side of the paper, and then there's this page, and I'm going to put paper clip because we're going to come back and do napkin decoupage right in the book. I want to show you how to do that. Here's some more splatter, but you can see there's stenciling on pretty much all of the blank pages. This is a beautiful vintage General Hardware. I don't know how old it is, but it's really old. And I've just done some splattering on that. This is from either 1912. Let me look at the back on the other side. Because it is a, where is it? I guess it's still, oh, here it is. 1927 is 1928. This is when this ledger, and I've just folded it up and then folded this down. So plenty of room for writing even on, and this is day 2, I think. Kara Brandon's day 2. And then we've got the other side of the signature. I love the way that looks. I really think that's a cool technique. So I've added this little fabric ruffle here, just kind of a head start on the decorating. All right, that's how the splatter looks. Yep. All right, let's come back here to this page, and I know I want to put a napkin here, and I really like this rusty leaf right here, and so I'm gonna just tear around that. And I've got the depth going that I want from this splatter. So I'm just going to overlap that and put that right there. So get my glue stick back and kind of judge where I need to put the glue. And it's just going to go in kind of an oval, like right around there. You want to put, you know, not goop it on, but you need to put a generous amount on because you want it to stick well. And then I just, with my fingers and my thumb, I just come along and make sure that it's pressed down into the glue and that the edges are stuck. Yeah, like it. Isn't that cool? Don't we just love napkins? I do. Dry that off. Okay, I'm going to continue to put some of these napkins in the book in different places, and then I will see you next time. I don't know how much more decorating I will do before Wednesday, because I have several other things going on, and so you're just going to have to pay attention as I kind of switch back and forth between projects. But thanks so much for spending time with me today, and I hope that was helpful. And I hope that you will, certainly come back on the 21st of September and see what I'm doing for the J&C Fall 22 hashtag Field and Forest 5-day collab. And if you will follow the links below, I'll have in the description box links to both Kara and Julie's digitals, the set for the fall collab. You can maybe play along. There's a great challenge to make a project with the digitals, and there is a prize for those who complete a project and post that in the hashtag. You get a gratitude journal kit, digital journal kit from both Kara and Julie if you complete the challenge. And so thanks for being with me, and we will see you again.